Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mighty Beans podcast.
Dun 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 dun.
How you guys been doing?
Dun dun.
Burr, 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 burr.
That's pretty much all we've been doing.
Playing Helldivers.
Literally the past month?
Has it only
Something like
it's
that.
only been a month? Damn.
Since we've all been playing, yeah. I got the game earlier, but I only played like maybe once or twice, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop. And then Junior asked me one day, he's like, "Yo, have you heard of this game called Helldivers?" I'm like, "Yeah, I played it." I'm like, "You have it? You didn't tell me?" And I'm like,
Oh,
because apparently he's been waiting for someone else to buy it so that he can play with someone, and I didn't know.
yeah. I was purposely not buying it for a while just because of how expensive it is. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck this, and I just, ate the bullet and bought it.
It's $30 less than a full-priced game.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that still doesn't change that I didn't have really money at the time.
Makes sense. I'm just glad they didn't
But-
charge a full $60 or $70 for it.
Considering how good the game is, the fact that it's only $40 is actually really great.
Yeah, it's actually quite surprising.
Reminds me of the good old days of Lethal Company. $10 game.
Oh, yeah. That's how you know when a game developer cares. They create a good quality game, and they give it to you at a discount.
Why did we stop playing Lethal Company?
Because Helldivers came out? No,
we
actually,
Power
it's
stopped
because
World.
playing
Power
way
World.
before it.
Power World.
Power World? Nice.
Yeah, we got into Power World. That's what made us stop playing Lethal Company. And now we're playing Helldivers, and we're not playing Power World anymore.
I think I
the
did
state
see
of
an
gaming.
article how like 98% of Power World's player base stopped playing it.
Really?
Here, hold
That's
on.
quite a large percentage.
I'll pull it up. I could be wrong.
Jamie, pull it up. But what you guys been up to? Has there been anything new since we last hopped on?
Let's see.
Honestly, for me, I haven't been able to haven't really been paying attention to much, honestly. So I have no idea.
There's an opportunity for me to get promoted at my job. I don't know if I want to take it though.
Oh, like a manager
Why
position?
not?
Not a manager position, but like a supervisor position, which is higher than what I am right now. Because right now I'm like a team lead, which is below supervisor. But now there's an opportunity for me to get promoted to supervisor in my department. But I don't know if I want it because as a lead, I have a set schedule. So 9 to 6, except for Sundays. I come in at 11:30 and then I get off at 8. But if I become a supervisor, my entire schedule is going to get overhauled. So there will be days where I come in at 7 a.m., days where I come in at 1, days where I come in at 10. It's not like... It'll be completely random, my schedule.
Yeah, I hate random schedules.
Yeah, that
And
does
that's
suck.
That's one of my two deterrents. My second deterrent is the fact that there's like so much to do, but the amount of pay that you would get for it isn't worth like if you have your scale, you do more work, then you're gonna get paid more. Does that make sense?
The pay increase does not justify the work increase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that statement.
And a lot of my supervisors like agree that it's like a really tough job to be a supervisor, just because you have managers like on you about stuff, and then you got to get, you need to like, take care of your associates pretty much, making sure they're all doing their job, but at the same time you have to go to these like weekly meetings that take like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's not to the same level necessarily, but pretty similar to what I did at Discount Tire. My position before I ended up leaving was called service coordinator. And that position was really frustrating to me because I actually enjoyed working on the cars themselves. I actually found it therapeutic to just like clock in and then just like work on the cars for like hours, just kind of mindlessly like going and then just going with the motion. Once I got promoted to service coordinator, I wasn't allowed to work on the cars anymore. My job was to make sure everybody else was doing their job. And it was boring because I didn't get to do the part of the work I actually enjoyed. And I spent most of my time just basically dealing with headaches and talking to customers and making sure someone doesn't fuck up. And if they do fuck up, I got to fix it. And then the managers out front, like, if we're taking too long out back, they'll come out back and they'll talk to me. They'll be like, what's taking so long out here? And then I can't tell them the truth, which is, hey, these are a bunch of new hires and they're not good yet. I have to give them something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't give them like something else. It's like, hey, the reality of it is these guys have only been here for a couple months. They're not as fast as someone like I am. They're gonna be slower.
put me on the team, coach. I swear I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly exactly the dilemma that I'm going through, because I pull orders at my job, or at least I used to. I did it for 5 years. I spent 1 year in a different department because of fucking marital issues. But after I got put back into my department for pulling orders, I was like, everyone liked how I did things. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then they asked me if I wanted to step up, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll do it. But now I can't pull orders, I can't walk around everywhere the way I used to, because I liked, getting my steps in every day. And now I'm like stuck standing in front of a computer for the majority of my day, and I'm just like, wow, my feet hurt and I haven't even moved a step.
Yep.
When you feel exhausted, but it's not even a physical exhaustion, it's like mental exhaustion and a little bit of physical from like standing too long. It's like, come on.
Yep. That's exactly why I stopped working there, because they wanted me to move up to the front counter to sell tires, which I did for a little bit, but I just hate talking to people, man.
Yep.
It's so mind-numbing.
I hate talking to customers too. Like, I'm good at it, but I don't want to do it.
I want to do it. Yeah.
That's what they tell me too. They're like, you're good at talking to people, but I'm like, that doesn't mean I fucking wanna.
Yeah. Also, I'm not really much of a confrontational person, so if someone's like kicking and screaming at the where I work at, and it's happened quite a bit, like it takes a lot of mental shielding to like stay calm and like speak clearly without like quivering, like, oh, sir, please don't scream at me.
Or do the opposite and blow up on them.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Which I definitely wanted to do.
Exactly. Because then if you do that, then they're like, oh, it's time to speak to your manager. Your customer or your associate just yelled at me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to be my ass.
Every time you clap back, they don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to clap their cheeks.
But now the fact that people have to come to me whenever they have issues, I'm like, oh, great.
You think I want to deal with your issues? I don't want to deal with my own issues.
My own job I don't want to do. I want to go back on the floor, man. Put me back out there. It's like...
For real.
It's like having LeBron James off the team, but still on the team as a coach, but he's no longer allowed to play.
It's quite the analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Because you and I are the same, Francisco. Like, we like being, like, active. Like, actually going out and, like, doing shit, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I asked them, is it, when they wanted me to move up to, like, a manager position, I asked them, I was like, is there a way I could become a manager but just work on the cars? And they were like, no. And I was like, well, then no thanks. I don't want to do what you fucking do.
Fucking board meetings, corporate issues.
Hey, they missed out. I was one of the fastest guys back there, and they lost me now.
Dude, I'm one of the best, like, machinery operators at my store. Like, I'll have people from different departments coming up to me and I'm like, I need to make sure like everything's cool at the desk before I can help you out. And back then I could just be like, yeah, let me just finish this order and I'll help you. Now it's like I gotta like make sure all my shit's intact. I don't know. It's definitely.
I gotta leave a blow up doll version of myself there, so it makes it look like I didn't leave my position.
Oh my god.
I gotta record voice clips for it, but it's like uncharacteristically cheery. Like, hi, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Would you like to super duper size that? Long story short, I want to just be active at my job, but I can't. It's more like computer work and shit.
So weird how, you know, businesses in general kind of start off that way. Like if somebody starts a business, then they're doing all the work, but then the more like successful it becomes, the less work that they do. But you started that business because you love doing that work in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
It's so weird how that just the natural progression of it is just to stop working, even though you like doing the work.
Start from square one at a different business. Imagine you started working like at Firestone or something. As like a tire technician or some shit.
Nah, fuck that, dude. We had a dude come over from Firestone, and he sucked ass.
Really?
Well, think about it like this. You start working at Firestone, you're going to be the best person on day one.
Except not really, because it's different. The reason why he sucks is because there's different policies. So, an example of it is when you worked at Discount Tire, whenever you do a tire repair, Discount Tire has like all these rules and whatever as far as repairs go, right? If it's damaged, if the tire is damaged in a certain way, you can't repair it, or if the damage area is too big, you can't repair it, or if it's at a bad angle, you can't repair it, or if there's too many like punctures, you can't repair it.
So they just
Where other tire shops basically will be like, you got a hole, put a gummy plug in that bitch, you're good to go. But at Discount Tire, they're more strict about it because one, a lot of the times those gummy plugs are not super reliable. They can be very reliable for some people, but it's not really like a long-term type of deal. Where the Discount Tire repairs can last for the rest of that tire's life, if properly repaired. And so basically, this dude comes over from Firestone, and he's doing the repairs that the way Firestone taught him to do it. And we're telling him like, whoa, dude, you can't do that. Over here, we do it this way. And he was basically being like hard-headed, being like, well, this is the way they taught me. It works fine over there. And yeah.
I hate people like that. When
I can understand
they're just
that.
not open-minded. It's like how things are done differently. It's like, dude, I don't give a shit how they did over there. You're not over there anymore for a reason. You know.
Precisely. And if I went over there, then Firestone would be telling me, like, if I went up to Firestone, like, manager with a tire, and be like, hey, is this repairable? If it wouldn't be for Discount Tire, they'd probably look at me and be like, yeah, just throw gummy.
Just cover the whole tire in gummy. Manager's chewing gum, he just spits it out. Here, put this on it.
Yeah, at Discount Tire, if we find a tire, like if a tire comes in for a repair and it's already got a gummy in it, then Discount Tire like won't repair it.
Damn.
You could not live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? Back to me.
So, what was the number on Palworld?
Oh yeah, I was gonna look it up, huh?
I just realized I normally play Elden Ring during these, but I don't have it with me right now.
Yeah, because you were too busy playing Helldivers. You're gonna have to give me a second. I'm trying to look for it. There's a lot more news on Palworld than I thought there was.
What do you mean?
Something about...
I know there was an update.
Yeah, something about more like raid bosses or something.
Oh god, because there wasn't enough before.
There were only like 4, I think, weren't there?
It was actually
Palworld's
quite
update just
common.
made catching high-level pals a whole lot easier.
Oh, I did hear about that. You know, Ruby, we should go back and play Palworld again.
Mm-hmm.
But we should adjust the world so we get like 5 times the XP. Because, man, that beginning grind is so shit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Play like a mod or something.
No, that's vanilla. You can like adjust world settings.
Yeah, because trying to play that shit with 1 times or 2 times XP grind is really, really rough.
It's so fucking grindy, dude.
I think that's the reason I couldn't get into it. I tried playing it for a little bit, and I'm like, nah, I'm not having fun.
The beginning is so slow, but like I said, you can adjust the world settings, so you can like up XP gains as well. I think you can up capture rates as well.
I think so. There's a lot you can actually customize, surprisingly.
So it's
So if you
Minecraft
put that-
creative.
Kind of. You still have to like earn everything. It's just a lot easier to earn.
That makes sense.
It's just really nice because that game's grind is so slow, and that's like one of the biggest detriments to like people who aren't used to that genre of gaming. You know,
Yeah.
like survival types.
Yeah.
There are very few like survival type games like that I actually enjoy. With one of them being Minecraft Survival.
I really like survival games. Minecraft, obviously, Terraria. But I also enjoyed my time playing 7 Days to Die and Ark, Don't Starve, Raft, Grounded. Like I really like those games.
Yeah, as long as they do it right, those games can be really fun.
my
7
God.
Days to Die had such potential, but man, that game flopped so hard.
What kind of game was it? Like, obviously survival, but what's like the
It was a
premise?
zombie game. So basically, it's like post-apocalyptic zombies, and you start off and you have 7 days, and it's all pretty normal, basic stuff. Like you spawn in, you have basic equipment, you mine, you get your shit, and there was actual like tools like a pickaxe to like mine rocks and shovels to like mine the earth and stuff. And you can find weapons, you can find melee weapons, you can find guns, you can craft guns, make bullets, things like that. But the premise is after 7 days, there's like a blood moon that shows up, and then all the zombies become super aggressive, and then they start running, and they can like start breaking down doors and shit too.
Damn.
And
Here-
then the longer you survive after the 7 day mark, more like variants will show up, and then like flyers and shit will start showing up too.
Hearing that reminds me of Nighttime and Dying Light.
Pretty much, yeah.
What are those guys called? The ones that can like do parkour and shit? They only come out
I think they're
during the night?
called. I'm pretty sure they were called volatiles. Volatiles, something like that.
Yeah, I remember you showing me them, and I'm like, oh shit, they're catching up quick.
I love Dying Light.
What about Dying Light 2?
Yeah, that game is pretty horrifying to play.
Dying Light. I need to play Dying Light 2 again because a lot of people online said it was a really good game, but I played it on my Xbox One, and that game ran like doggy doo doo poo poo water cheeks, and it was not a very good time.
Okay.
So now that I have a new Xbox, I need to play it again to see if it actually runs the way it's meant to.
I feel like there's other games that I need to replay again, but one of them is not going to be We Happy Few. I firmly stand by the opinion that it's just a bad game.
If that game came out like 8 years earlier than it did, it would have been a really good game.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, it didn't. So
I agree. If it came out like in 2008, I feel like it'd be a really good game. But
if it came out in 2008, it would have been way ahead of its time.
yeah, but I mean, coming out when it did in 2000,
Oh
what,
my
16?
God.
I don't know. I feel like it either ran like ass or I just got bored of it after a while. I think after he got like sent to the open world part, and after you explore that one cabin, you know the one I'm talking about, the one with the attic.
Yeah, the spooky cabin. That was the best part of the whole game, in my opinion.
Yes, it was. The atmosphere in that cabin itself was like really fucking good. If the rest of the game was like that, it could have been so good. Focus on the horror elements. Don't focus on... What was it? I think I remember some sort of like crafting system and... stealth, but I know you can like fight back against the guards, and then there's the joy they have to take. I don't know. I feel like they tried to put too many things into that one game when they should have stuck with just one formula. A perfect example of that is The Evil Within. That is strictly a horror game.
That's a great game too. But We Happy Few was one of those games where it was a good idea, but like not executed properly. Because looking at it graphically and from like an art design style, like the art direction, doesn't look that great. And then yeah, there were some frame issues with the game. It wasn't like horrible, but it was like noticeable.
It's notable,
specifically,
yeah.
especially like specifically like in the open like world sections and stuff. My biggest problem with that game, which is why I say if it came out 8 years ago, it would have been better, is that it didn't really push any boundaries. It didn't really do anything new. The most innovative or creative aspect of that whole game was the whole joy thing. How everybody's actually like depressed, but they take these pills to keep themselves happy, but nobody actually wants to be like there. Like the story and like the universe of We Happy Few was very interesting, but the game itself wasn't fun enough for me to want to continue to explore it.
If it was a movie, it'd be pretty cool.
It's a really good premise.
If it was like a Netflix series, I feel like it'd be pretty interesting. But playing it, it's just like, like whenever you turn your camera, you flick your stick, and then a split second later, your camera will turn. It's like that delay. And the last time I played a game like that was literally vanilla Skyrim on the 360.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ugh. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I still haven't put out games to vote on to play for my next stream. And now mentioning the game, I feel like The Evil Within would be a pretty good contender.
I love that game.
Would you say The Evil Within 2 also holds up?
Yes. I actually don't know which one I like better between Evil Within 1 and 2. I'll be real with you, Chief.
Yeah, because
maybe very, very slightly 1. Only because I think 1 was just a little bit scarier than 2.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I think my whole like schedule for streaming games is first I do a mainline Sonic game, and then I do a mainline Kingdom Hearts game, and then there's a game that gets voted on, and the polls are always like 3 games. Like, all right, which one do you want me to play? 1, 2, or 3? And then the 4th game is a game that I choose to play, and then the cycle restarts with another Sonic game, and then Kingdom Hearts, and then another voter.
Ah, okay, I see.
And I finished A Birth by Sleep. And also, I actually looked up the final chapter that you were telling me about, Junior.
Yeah.
Because I think in order to unlock that final chapter, you had to, like, collect all the stickers or some shit.
You need all of the Xemnas reports.
It's called Ansem Reports?
Or, I mean,
Xehanort Report. God, they're all the fucking same person! Jesus fucking Christ, dude!
I meant to say Xehanort.
Xehanort, Xemnas, Zamantha, Zamian,
Zawado!
Zachary,
Xander.
Ziggy, Zark Zaya, Zokami.
Zokame.
There's just fucking hell, man. Well, anyways,
do you have all the reports?
No, I don't. I looked it up, and turns out Aqua is one of the first people to fight the Heartless. Right?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Technically, yeah, because after... Well, actually, I don't know if I should say this.
Well, I know that...
What did you see?
Well, the only thing I know is that that like final chapter takes place after Kingdom Hearts 2, I think. And Aqua gets sent to the Realm of Darkness along with Count Dooku. I forgot his name.
Count
Dooku.
Yeah, that one dude that's voiced by Christopher Lee.
Diz, or Ansem the Wise.
Ansem the Wise, that's the one. and he was saying how like there's a boy who showed the light to all the worlds. What's her name? Or what's his name? Sora. 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 Sora.
So I don't know how to say this. So the way the time flows in the realm of darkness is not like a consistent linear like time flow. So Aqua gets sent to the realm of darkness before the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, when Ansem the Wise uses the machine to try and destroy Kingdom Hearts, it explodes and he also gets sent to the realm of darkness.
Ah, this whole time I thought he died.
No, he gets sent to the realm of darkness when that machine explodes.
Okay. Yeah, the one thing that I don't understand is how did Aqua get sent to the realm of darkness to begin with?
She gets trapped there. I don't actually 100% remember how.
Because literally the only thing that I remember is her next to Ventus's body, his lifeless body, over at the mysterious tower, and then the game ends.
If I remember correctly, she willingly goes there to try and find Terra, but then she gets trapped in there.
Okay.
I haven't played a fragmentary passage in a long time. In fact, I only played it once when it first came out.
Yeah, and I guess Ventus is like permanently dead because his heart now resides inside Sora.
Yeah,
Sora.
after he defeats Vanitas, basically killing Vanitas means he killed himself. So his heart gets released and now it's in Sora. Which is why when Sora becomes a Heartless in Kingdom Hearts 1, his nobody looks like Ventus.
Roxas.
Yeah.
So Ventus, Sora, and Roxas are all the same person. Oh my god, dude. Just saying that sentence fucking gave me a brain aneurysm.
Well, it's technically not correct. You see, Ventus isn't the same as Sora.
Ventus was the OG. Sora was born, but then Ventus was reborn with his heart inside Sora. And then when Sora became a Heartless, Roxas became the nobody. Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
See, he's Big Boss, but he's not related to Liquid. And
See, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake are actually clones of Big Boss, but he wasn't Big Boss. Back then, he was Naked Snake. He wasn't the boss because the boss is someone else. She's actually a mother. Jesus fucking Christ.
Similar situation.
Yeah, it really is. Did you know that the boss gave birth to Revolver Ocelot on the battlefield?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, she was pregnant and doing out missions, and then during one of the missions, she gave birth to a Revolver.
She's Ocelot's mom?
Yeah.
Dude, spoiler.
It is heavily speculated because in Metal Gear Solid 3, Revolver says a line something like, "I was born on the battlefield." Not like what's that word? Metaphorically? He was actually saying...
He was speaking literally.
He was speaking literally. He was like, I was like born on the battle. He said something like that. He didn't say it metaphorically, but... And then, I forgot if it's in-game text or somewhere else. It's revealed that the boss was, like, so talented. She carried out missions even though, like, she was pregnant. She had to give birth on the battlefield and all that shit, so...
Okay, so it's not directly confirmed, but it's heavily speculated.
Heavily speculated, to the point where it's like... Alright, well, someone gave birth on the battlefield and someone was born on the battlefield. Like, there's no one else in the Metal Gear Solid universe that was stated to be born on the battlefield, you know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Man, this is so fucked. And then I found out during watching the comments on that YouTube video that I was watching that Terra's mind in the armor is the lingering will that we fight in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like I just put 2 and 2 together because I looked at the armor for so long to the point where I'm like, oh, it's Power Ranger armor. Hell yeah. Everyone has it. All the Keyblade Warriors, whatever. But my first time seeing it in Kingdom Hearts 2 as the Lingering Will, I totally forgot about it.
So here's something that's kind of crazy. How forward they actually planned the story of Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2006?
I thought it was 2005 or 6, yeah.
And then Birth by Sleep doesn't come out till 2011 or something like that.
Wait, really?
Yes. Kingdom Hearts 2, if you play on Critical and you unlock the secret cutscene at the end, you actually watched a high pre-rendered cutscene of the fight of the three Keyblade Warriors against Xehanort.
The final battle, yeah. I actually saw that.
Yeah, which you didn't see because you played on standard, so you didn't unlock the secret cutscene. But you watched that whole fight in pre-rendered graphics,
and it looks amazing.
And there's no voice acting or anything, so because they haven't figured out the voices or anything like that yet at that time. And there were so many speculations as to when Ventus gets frozen and then he hits the rock, his whole helmet comes off in the game. But during that pre-rendered cutscene, just a little bit of the visor breaks and you just see a little bit of his face. And everyone was going crazy on the internet at the time thinking that it was Roxas. And there was so much confusion going on.
Turns out they're all completely original characters. Except for Xehanort, that bitch.
It's nuts how much of the story was planned ahead of time.
The Keyblade wants to hold the power. Yeah, that is a crazy, because I read a comment and it's only game director, insert name here, has the balls to spoil the ending of the next game.
Yeah.
No, it's a sick fight though. Both in game cutscenes and pre-rendered, it's a badass fight.
Yeah, fucking. And the other thing too is that in the pre-rendered cutscenes at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, there's no Vanitas. It's just them against Xehanort. So in that cutscene, it just looks like they're getting bodied in a 3v1, which later on we find out it's actually 3v2. But still, they're getting bodied.
They got their ass whooped.
I thought I saw Vanitas in the pre-rendered. I'm pretty sure he's in the pre-rendered.
He comes out in the very beginning, but you don't actually see him fighting.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I thought we see him riding on top of that Keyblade spiral roller coaster.
Yeah, but that only shows up once to knock off Terra, and then Aqua barriers it, and that's it.
Terra.
Okay, yeah.
And then Terra takes off his helmet, and then he looks up, and then you can see his eyes turning yellow.
Yeah. Huge foreshadowing there. We fight Terra the whole time. God damn. The lore is deep.
Yeah, it is.
Try explaining the first Kingdom Hearts game to someone that's never played Kingdom Hearts, and it's so this is Ansem. Well, his real name's not Ansem, and it's actually not Ansem at all. He just decided to name himself Amson.
Yeah, but you don't know that in the first game, though.
In the second game, correct?
Yeah, in the second game is when Mickey comes out, and he's like, "Say, fellas, somebody mentioned the Door to Darkness?"
God, the whole story's just fucked.
You think that's fucked? Dude, the story in Kingdom Hearts 3 is fucking atrocious.
Oh, it's so bad.
Atrocious as in convoluted, or atrocious as in just not good?
Convoluted and poorly written and just straight up boring and bad. God, it's so bad.
Well, what game do you think has the best story for Kingdom Hearts?
Definitely Kingdom Hearts 2, I'd say.
2.
Because I hear a lot of people saying that Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is their all-time favorite.
It's definitely the saddest story once you know what happens to everybody. But Kingdom Hearts 2 has such a nice, a ribbon tied, ending. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Meanwhile, Birth by Sleep is just Kingdom Hearts Reach.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a good way to describe it, actually.
Kingdom Hearts Reach?
Yeah. Everyone
you never
dies.
played Halo Reach.
That's why I was like, I wanted to confirm we're comparing it to Halo Reach.
Oh, that shit's funny.
Yeah.
I fucking stand by the belief that the worst... Actually, no. Because I was going to say, the worst boss of all time for Kingdom Hearts is the fucking Spirit of the Mirror. That fight was so fucking stupid. But I actually retract my statement. I retract my statement after my last stream. The worst boss of all time in any Kingdom Hearts game is fucking Peter Pan. Fuck that. That shit was so boring. It was like, why the fuck am I fighting this elf dude? I was kidding.
Dude?
I was fucking kidding about killing him. Because I'm like, yeah, let's go slit Peter Pan's throat. Because fucking Captain Hook told me to. And the whole fight is him literally just dive bombing, flying around for a few minutes, and then finally dive bombing again. So only get like 2 hits in until he flies up, and it's like, ugh.
So why didn't you just use your shot lock then?
Because I didn't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you just saying the word shot lock, I'm like, oh, I could have done that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things you can do in that game that you just don't.
Yeah. I have my own playstyle, you know.
Oh, we know.
Don't forget the moves exist playstyle.
Hey, I'll have you know that throughout my Birth by Sleep streams, I have been guarding and retaliating.
That's true. You have been. So that's an improvement.
And using my shot lock. I actually mentally trained myself to use my shot lock ever since I went to the deep space area with Stitch. Because I was severely underleveled. It took like 4 combos to finish off the little unversed. So I'm like, shit. I gotta use everything at my disposal. So I would use my shot lock to get like a little bit of health down. And then just rinse and repeat until my focus was all maxed.
Yeah, I did see you doing that. Because you have the like Shadow Rush one. I forget what it's called.
I think it's called like Sonic Shadow.
Something like that, yeah. But I do remember seeing you use that. But guess what? For the next Kingdom Hearts game you play, untrain your brain, because Shotlock doesn't exist anymore.
Every game is different, huh?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, because you have to play Kingdom Hearts one way, and then you have to play Chains of Memories another way. And then Kingdom Hearts 2, you play it like the first game, but there's different elements to it. And now Birth by Sleep is different as well.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep, and Dream Drop Distance and Recoded use the command deck system, where you have a deck that you put commands into and you cycle through them and stuff. Yeah. Recoded was actually the first Kingdom Hearts to do that. Some people like it, some people hate it. I'm indifferent. I think it's not utilized to its full potential.
So Recoded
I think they could have done
came
more
out
to it
before Birth by Sleep?
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder why it's not in the collection then, the one that I bought.
Because it fucking sucks. Nobody cares about it. It's actually in that collection. It's just like the HD cutscenes or whatever.
Huh, I didn't see it on there. Maybe I just haven't gotten to it yet.
It should be.
I'm heavily debating playing Chains of Memory on my own. And to be honest, I kind of want to go back to Kingdom Hearts 2 because I'm still in the middle of fighting Organization 13.
Doing all the data fights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing that in Kingdom Hearts 3 myself.
I'm still trying to defeat that one bitch that uses lightning.
Larxene?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's annoying. Using Reflect is very helpful.
Dude, I forgot that existed.
Dude, bring it fucking back. Reflect was only in Kingdom Hearts 2 and I miss it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm just now realizing that not once have I ever seen Reflect in Birth by Sleep, but now I know why.
That's the only Kingdom Hearts that it's in. They probably realized how fucking OP it is, which is why they never brought it back.
They're like, let's have Sora just forget all his spells again.
Reflect, man. A move that makes you completely invincible and dealing damage at the same time. God, it's so good.
Does it scale on how much damage you receive while you're reflecting, or?
No,
Is
it
it
just
set?
scales on your magic.
Nah, that's pretty good though.
Yeah, because even like the tiniest little hit will make it do max damage back.
You said Chains of Memories you play as Riku, correct? And it's directly after Kingdom Hearts 1?
Kingdom Hearts Chains of Memories, you play as Sora, and it's directly after 1. Once you beat the game as Sora, then you can do Riku's story, which is different. You fight different bosses and everything.
Oh, so it's like Sonic Adventure 2? There you got the hero story and the dark story?
Yeah, it's for the most part the same. Like all of like the regular world to world stuff's all the same. But like the overall story and like the major bosses are different.
Okay. That makes sense. Because I still need to
Yeah.
know how Sora got into that one, like, hyperbolic time chamber area in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, that's at the end of Chains. Definitely try it off stream by yourself just to see if you like that gameplay. Because, like I said, you either love it or hate it, and I'm on the fucking hate it camp, dude. I didn't go back and do Riku's story. After I beat it as Sora, I was like, nope, I ain't doing this shit again.
Did you look up the story at least?
No.
Wow. So you're just completely in the dark. Just like Riku was at the end of 1.
No, I know what happens from other people telling me and from cutscenes in future games.
Okay, that makes sense. And then after Chains of Memories, it's 352 over 1 day, right?
Yeah, because at the end of Chains of Memory is when Sora goes into his hyperbolic time chamber. And then that's when Roxas comes out.
And then he spends all his days in the organization.
Yeah, and then he joins the organization, and then 358 is his time in the organization.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. How many
It's a
more
lot.
spin-offs are there?
I don't know if they're technically considered spin-offs because they all play very similarly and they're all canon to the story. If there's a game I would consider a spin-off, it'd definitely be like
Recoded?
Melody of Memories.
Or
I'd
that
say
mobile
Melody
game?
of Memories. Yeah, because that's the Melody of Memories is a rhythm game, but its story is also canon.
Jesus, no! How is that literally canon? No, there's no way that's canon.
Apparently, there's a cutscene in the beginning and a cutscene at the end of the game that are both canon.
Okay,
I haven't
but
played it myself.
No, Jesus fucking Christ, dude! It's literally them just wanting to play Guitar Hero, but they can't, so they make it on their own.
I guess the mobile games are spin-offs, as well as the web browser game. But they're also canon.
Please don't. Oh my god. How could a web browser. No, this is like Dead Space Extraction, where you play as that one nobody, and then he dies at the very beginning of Dead Space 2.
Wait, what? I don't know about this.
Yeah, there's this one game. It's a Dead Space game, but it's called like Extinction or Extraction or something. You play this one dude, and he's the guy that dies at the very beginning of it's either Dead Space 2? Yeah, it's Dead Space 2, because Isaac Clarke is like sleeping in like a medical bay, and this dude's like, wake up, the Terramorphs, they're attacking. Wait, the Necromorphs are attacking. And then he gets stabbed, he gets impaled by one of the Necromorphs, and then he turns into one, like right in front of Isaac Clarke, and that was the main character that you played as.
So it's canon.
Yes.
Then you must play it.
I'm not gonna play fucking Dead Space Extraction, that's what it's called. Oh, it's a rail shooter.
Wait a minute. Oh, I do know that game. Is that the one that has like a kind of cartoony art style, like on the cover?
I guess that's a different one. But yes, there's one that is like that. I'm looking at the cover for Dead Space Extraction right now, and there's a woman with a dude right behind her. With the plasma cutter. Hold on, I need to look up all the Dead Space games. Because I know which one you're talking about. I thought that was the one I was thinking of.
But yes, the mobile games for Kingdom Hearts are canon. They take place like in the past during the Keyblade War. during the Keyblade War and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Old Republic for Star Wars. That's how I like to describe it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Oh, the one that you're thinking of, Junior, is Dead Space Ignition.
Oh, it's still remixed to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing.
I'm gonna look up the synopsis of Dead Space 2 to find out what the name of that one dude is.
Okay, and while you do that, let's get a status report on Power numbers. Did we ever get the update on that one?
I could not find the article, no.
Jamie, pull it up. So, did you see the eclipse that happened on, what was it, yesterday?
I kind of did, but I was mostly inside and I couldn't stare at it because I didn't have any glasses or anything. But that was pretty cool.
What time was it even at?
It was like at 11 a.m. It literally started like at 10:57. That's when it started getting dark.
I didn't even notice it. Damn, I was out and about driving at that time.
You probably just thought it was like just cloudy or something.
I don't know. I was definitely driving around at that time of day, and I forgot that it was even happening. And I never noticed it getting darker or anything. Weird. How long did it last for?
Probably like an hour. Close to an hour.
An hour?
Probably close to it. I could be wrong. Because I only saw it out there for like 3 minutes and then I went back inside.
I'm pretty sure those things only last for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? I guess it depends on the positioning that you're at, though.
I'm gonna look it up because I didn't watch it or see it or anything. It was a solar eclipse, wasn't it?
It was I think so.
Solar eclipse of April 8th. Let me see. Eclipse past the totality stretch from Mexico across 15 U.S. states, most of North America, but not in the direct path. Witnessed partial the eclipse. Apparently, the next eclipse won't happen until 2045.
Total eclipse?
The next one won't happen until 2045.
Oh, like solar eclipse, I mean. That's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're still going to have like a lunar eclipse sometime.
Oh, the next one that will happen in the U.S. specifically will be in 2045.
Well, I guess I'll just travel then. Yo, imagine traveling to see the eclipse and you forgot your eclipse glasses. Like, fuck.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Rui, did you see the eclipse yesterday?
I did. It was really cool.
Were you able
How
to,
long did it last for? Do you know?
It only lasted for like 10, 15 minutes.
Wait, really?
From like starting to covering the moon to the sun, and then leaving the sun. It was like a total of like 13 or so minutes. But to have the full total eclipse and like the moon was totally over the sun, 2 or 3 minutes.
No, maybe it was just cloudy.
Cloudy.
Because it was really quick.
The duration of totality will be up to 4 minutes. So
yeah,
yes.
like it's really, really quick. It's not something that takes a long time.
See, I told you, Francisco.
All right, that might be. Maybe it was just cloudy. It was a cloudy day for me.
For you? I think we all had the same day, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, I was like inside and shit.
Must be nice.
Sorry, guys. I may not last the whole podcast. I don't really feel good right now.
What's wrong?
I feel really, really nauseous.
Was it because of that chicken soup?
I think so.
Ate some bad chicken soup?
No, I think I just ate more that I should have.
I hate it when that happens. I'm really close to
Same.
finishing a whole pizza by myself. It's in the kitchen, but I'm refraining myself from finishing the last 2 slices.
Oh my god, Francisco.
Damn, so you already had 6?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because it's like, I'm not hungry, but looking at that pizza is making me hungry, but I'm not hungry. But looking at
Wait.
the pizza is making me hungry, but I'm not hungry.
Oh my
What kind of pizza, though?
Pepperoni and jalapeno from Domino's.
Oh, Domino's? Okay, makes sense. I was going to say, if you got Little Caesars, I could finish 2 boxes.
Oh yeah, Little
Oh my
Caesars
God.
is something else.
This is something else.
But anyways, I did look up that one character from Dead Space, and it says on here, his name is Franco. Franco was an engineer and unitologist working on Titan Station, one of the initial survivors of the Necromorph outbreak. He was the first on-screen victim in Dead Space 2 and the main playable protagonist of Dead Space Ignition.
The remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
So imagine
Okay, so
you play an
it was
entire
that
game
one.
as Roxas, and then he gets offed in Kingdom Hearts next one.
That's kind of exactly what happened.
Well, actually, he's inside Sora.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's not dead.
that's true.
Yo,
He was
imagine
never
ain't
alive to
dead
begin with. He
yet.
was a nobody.
imagine
No.
if in Kingdom Hearts 4
Body
we get to see a
don't split
reunion.
you.
Ventus, Sora, and Roxas all fighting the big bad.
I'm not going to say anything.
Why not?
So, because Ruby's feeling nauseous and might not last the whole podcast, I'm going to go ahead and just go through my topics here, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just cause. Sorry.
So, news that's been going on for the past week now. Did you guys hear about the researchers at Ashton University that somehow made it possible to get internet speeds that are 4.5 million times faster than right now?
I heard it as memes. I didn't think this shit was true.
Million times faster?
4.5 million times faster, if I remember correctly.
That feels like an exaggeration.
They said that they can get internet to was it like 3.5 terabits,
Oh my god.
which would be which is fast enough to download a terabyte of data in seconds.
Holy shit. There's no fucking way.
And apparently, the way that they have essentially discovered it will allow them to implement this technology to already current placed fiber optic lines.
What?
So it can be implemented into lines that are already existing and doesn't require a whole like re-infrastructure. Exactly, yeah.
That's
So I
honestly
pulled-
pretty crazy.
I pulled up an article. Before I read the article, the way I basically understood this news is that researchers at Ashton University teamed up with some researchers from Japan and the U.S. and basically discovered that this is the way I understood it. There is essentially a lot of dead space within those wires that weren't being fully optimized. And they found a way to create these technologies that were called, I think they're called optical boosters, that basically allow those dead spaces to be used up. And it's essentially like unclogging a hole and like allowing like free passage to go through. And it's able to go through like way quicker.
Optical booster sounds like an upgrade in an RTS.
It does, doesn't it? So I pulled up an article. I'll just go ahead and read it to you guys here. It says researchers at Aston University of the UK made a significant breakthrough in internet speeds. They have developed a method to transmit data at a blazing fast 301,000 gigabits per second
Oh my
There's-
god.
through standard optical fibers. The key to their success lies in utilizing new wavelengths of light previously unused in current fiber optic systems. Think of these wavelengths as additional colors in the light spectrum. This is very similar. This is a quote to one of the researchers. This is very similar to how data travels through your home or office internet connection, but with a significant boost in speed. While other researchers have achieved even faster speeds by manipulating light into more wavelength, their method often requires costly upgrades to the entire fiber optic network. The Ashton University's team approach, called multi-band transmission, offers a more practical solution. Multi-band transmission, or MBT, utilizes existing fiber cables that only require upgrades at specific points within the network, making it significantly more affordable for internet service providers to implement. Their experiment successfully transmitted data over a distance of 50 kilometers using a standard fiber optic cable. The secret sauce lies in a newly developed optical amplifier and optical gain equalizers that allow the system to tap into previously unusable wavelengths like E-band and S-bands, in addition to the commonly used C and L bands. And they kind of get a little bit more wordy with it later on. But how fucking crazy is that?
That can't be real. There's no fucking way.
The Call of Duty developers are currently figuring out a way how to make their downloads still last 3 hours, though.
Dude, for real, huh? Dude, like, that shit is nuts.
That is crazy, though.
That shit is nuts. Not only is it so much faster that you will download literal gigabytes,
terabytes
of data in seconds, but it's easily implementable into our current system. How fucking nuts is that?
It sounds like they've been hiding technology from us all along.
Either
Maybe.
that, or they just been trying to figure out a way to like make it work. But either way, I feel like that's going to be something that's like they're going to hide behind a paywall. Be like, oh, you want this fast internet that they just discovered? Cool. That'll be $100 more to your bill.
Oh, they're absolutely going to jack up internet prices.
They're definitely going to abuse
bastards.
it. Yeah, they're definitely going to abuse it.
Which sucks, because this news provides nothing for me.
But man, that's nuts. That's literally like NASA internet. Dude, imagine how much faster NASA's internet's going to get. Holy fuck.
I feel like at that speed, NASA would be able to transfer data to space in like a split second.
Jesus Christ.
You can have a Ring camera from your home and astronauts can check in like at their live feed like instantly.
Oh, I got a package today.
Turns on the two-way call. Thank you.
That is nuts. I don't know how this will affect Wi-Fi because they are talking particularly optic fiber cables, which will increase the hardline internet speeds, obviously. Whether that'll affect wireless internet speeds, I have no idea. And I don't think they've tested that yet. So I don't think there's any confirmation towards that. But that is still an insane amount.
I was about to say, just to have that option is already crazy.
Either way, I got my PlayStation, Xbox, and PC fucking Ethernet. So whenever it does happen,
I'm gonna need that cord back, Ruby. I can't be lagging in Apex anymore.
Dude, you'll be fucking using Foresight in Apex from here on out. You'll be able to telegraph everyone else's moves before they do them.
Call me Shulk because I see the future.
Oh my god!
I'm really feeling it.
With the power of the Monado, I pick up this volt before you do.
Get melted, scrub.
Yeah,
Get melted.
This has been discovered as far as I think like 10 days ago or something like that. So it's still fresh news, and there's still, I assume, a lot of testing that they're going to need to do before this realistically gets implemented into anything. But I am so looking forward to that.
That's crazy.
What I find even more crazier, that relative to the time that we've been on like planet Earth, they've discovered that really fucking fast. We've been here
internet itself has only been around for like 35 years or something like that.
I've only been on this earth for like 26 years. And in that time, we went from having like CTRs to fucking curved monitors. Imagine like on the next 20 years, how much even more like will be advanced.
Yeah, especially if we don't have to worry about something like
War?
Connectivity speeds. Oh, well, that too, I guess.
Genocide? General atrocities
Whoa.
across the world?
War never changes.
Oh,
I mean, damn, I remember back when fax machines were a thing.
I remember seeing them in like movies and TVs and stuff, but like I've never actually used one or anything.
a fax machine?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel so old.
You're only a couple years older than me.
Dial-up kid.
I know, but I still feel older than you because I've used countless fax machines.
We did struggle with dial-up back in the day. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Never forget that.
Fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
I
trying
didn't
to
know
download
dial-up
something.
sounded like mules.
You're trying to download something on the computer, but then someone gets a phone call and it completely pauses your download. And it's like, oh, my nana's on the phone for the next hour. Can't download this anymore.
Yeah, I do remember that. And she'll be yelling across, I'm sorry, honey, I need to call your mama.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the next topic here.
Okay. I'm going to skip that one and go to the next one because I have that article pulled up as well.
Okay.
I just heard about this today, but apparently sometime between now and I believe it was October or September, there is a stellar explosion that's going to happen in space that will actually be visible from Earth. I believe some star is going to go supernova, and we're actually going to be able to witness it.
Yo, that's pretty cool.
Well,
Yeah, it's
actually, the
scary.
supernova would have happened millions of years ago, but now Earth is finally going to get to see it.
Well, this star is not millions of light years away. Probably only just a few light years away, if I had to guess.
Oh, it's in the neighboring galaxy.
It could even be in the same galaxy.
A supernova
Let me see.
within the same galaxy? I thought supernovas were like huge, like taking up half a galaxy.
Do you have any idea how huge galaxies are?
Well, isn't the Milky Way considered a galaxy?
The Milky
Or is
Way
it just
is
a
a galaxy.
system?
No, a solar system is what we are, where we're orbiting around our sun. There are countless solar systems in the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay, never mind. I know what you mean now.
Yeah. The nearest solar system to us is Alpha Centauri, and that's about 3 light years away.
God, I want to go visit Jemison so bad. It's a
Not that
Starfield
Alpha
reference.
Centauri.
No one
Not that-
plays it. No one cares about it. I'm just making a joke for myself.
No. The real Alpha Centauri, if I recall correctly, has 3 suns.
What the fuck? No
There's
daughters?
3 suns. Anyway, so I pulled up another article for this thing. Let's see. For the first time in 8 decades, a celestial phenomenon will grace our night sky, offering a once-in-a-lifetime chance to witness a star's brilliance with the naked eye during a dramatic explosion. Known as T Coronae Borealis, or TCRB, this star resides 3,000 light-years from Earth in the northern hemisphere expansion and is on the brink of an intense outburst. Okay, so it is a little bit further away than I thought.
So it actually happened 3,000 years ago.
Yes. So this event set to occur this year, we will see that CTRB lighting up the Corona Borealis constellation, shining as brightly as the famed North Star Polaris for approximately 1 week. The Corona Borealis, also known as the Northern Crown, is a small constellation located in the northern celestial hemisphere. It contains a semicircular arc of stars that resembles a crown. The brightest star in the constellation is called Alphecca or Genma, which is an eclipsing binary star system. The TCRB, the recurring nova located within the Corona Borealis constellation, consists of a white dwarf and a red giant orbiting each other closely. So this is a 2-star system.
Ooh.
The white dwarf siphons matter from the red giant, causing occasional outbursts that significantly increase the system's brightness. I think those are called solar flares. The CRB is nestled within the Corolla Borealis constellation, lying in a semicircular pattern between the Boots and the Hercules constellation. The exact timing of the stellar spectacle remains uncertain, with NASA forecasting its occurrence sometime between now and September.
Interesting. Well, I imagine there's going to be news about it as soon as it happens, so... And it's going to last for a fucking week? Jesus.
Approximately, yeah. That's nuts, dude. And apparently, if you own like a
Telescope?
what's it called? Yeah, telescope. You'll be able to get like a really good glimpse of it as well. But it's gonna burn so brightly that we'll see it lighting up like a really bright star, even with the naked eye as well.
That is crazy. I'd love to see that. I love spectacles
Yeah.
like that.
Me too.
The world is gonna end.
No.
I can't wait to see people wearing those, like, cardboard signs around their necks while ringing a bell. The end is here! The end is here!
The apocalypse is nigh. What's the other one?
Abandon all hope, you he enter.
What's the other apocalypse name?
Ragnarok? Doomsday?
Wait, there's something else that was supposed to be at the end of the world. I can't remember what it was called.
Y2K?
No.
2012?
Whatever. I'll probably come to me later. Okay, well, moving on to the next topic. You guys like dogs?
I like dogs. Armageddon.
No.
Oh. I'm looking up all of the synonyms right now. Judgment Day?
No, it was something else. I can't remember what it was, though.
Okay, well, here's everything that comes up. I'm going to rapid fire these. Disaster, calamity, cataclysm, holocaust, dystopia, havoc, eschaton, judgment day, end of the world, debacle, mishap, blow, tribulation, reverse, mischance, catastrophe, tragedy, devastation, doomsday, Armageddon, Armageddon again, Ragnarok, day of reckoning, end of times, misfortune, affliction, misadventure, ruin, distress, and woe.
It was none of those.
What the fuck, man? You're looking for a word that doesn't exist.
No, it was something else. It wasn't like a word that meant destruction. It was like a name for it. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, do you like dogs, Ruby?
Yes, but I don't like what you put in the Discord.
Well, we all are dog lovers, as we just discovered. What would you do if you saw somebody that was abusing their dog?
I would probably call 911 immediately. What?
Your mic kind of cut out, so I actually don't know what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry because you guys were all quiet. I was like, I would probably call the cops, and depending if that dog was actually like fighting for its life, this guy is just basically putting this dog's life in danger. I probably would start getting there and beating the shit out of this dude as much as I could. I don't like where this is going, Junior.
What about you, Francisco? What would you do?
I would call the cops immediately. Keep an eye on the dog owner and all that shit. Or if it's like in their home, I would just keep an ear out, but definitely call the cops. Why? What's up?
So you already know this, Ruby, but I haven't told Francisco yet. One, I was out working. I came across a dog.
Oh my
and
god. Oh, I'm already getting mad.
You're already getting mad?
I'm already getting mad, dude. I'm not supposed to be. Whew. Go for it.
I'm gonna send you a picture in the Discord, Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Of the state I found this dog in.
Well, it should be Arizona, correct?
Should be.
Okay.
So basically, I was working, and then I found this dog sitting in this cage that is very obviously too small for it, directly in sunlight, in the middle of the day with no shade. And I checked his bowls, and he had no food or water.
Jesus.
You see the picture I sent you?
Yeah, I do.
So that's the front yard. So he's not only is his dog just like chilling in the front yard, but he's in a cage that's too small. He has no room to run. He has no like blanket or anything to lay on. So if he lays down, he's laying on the uncomfortable like grated floor, directly in the sunlight, no water, anything. And I was pissed. I got so fucking pissed. I immediately went back to the truck and I grabbed my own like jugs of water.
Mm-hmm.
And I poured my own water into his bowls, and he just started drinking it right away. So obviously he was thirsty and hot.
Was this at one of your jobs?
Yeah. And this was a job where we were just spraying a neighborhood. It wasn't like a specific customer.
Okay.
Like an HOA hired us to spray a bunch of houses.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know like the owner of the home or anything. But I took a bunch of pictures and I wrote down the address and everything, and I reported them.
You know, I'm surprised an HOA doesn't say anything about that. If it was in the front yard for everyone to see.
Yeah, I was also surprised. But then again, I have no idea how long the dog's been out there, or if that was literally like the first time they were doing it or anything, and I just so happened to catch it or not. But that shit pissed me off, and I immediately reported that shit and sent all the pictures and everything that I took.
I just hope it gets, like, something done about it.
I hope so, too, because I never got a follow-up. So I have literally no idea what happened.
When was this?
This was last Thursday.
Hmm.
And today's Tuesday, for reference.
Well, God forbid the HOA
Maybe...
catch that fucking car just a split millimeter off the driveway.
Fucking, I know,
Put
right?
a dog in the cage? Oh, that's fine.
God, I hate HOAs.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe you should call him to get some kind of update.
Maybe I should, actually.
Who did you send the pictures to? The HOA?
No, it was, I went to, what's it called? The Humane Society's website, and there was a link and a number and stuff that you can call and send text messages to for reporting, like, abuse and shit.
Okay.
I don't have the HOA's number myself. That's, like, my dad's information.
Still, that's not good.
Yeah. And I haven't been back, so I don't know how well that dog's doing.
Well, could only hope for the best in that case.
Maybe I'll go back there tomorrow. Oh, no, I can't. I'm going to be on the other side of town. Fuck.
Maybe when you're done.
It's a long drive. It's pretty close to where you work, Ruby.
That's where it was? Oh my god, it's so hot out there.
It's hot everywhere.
It just seems to be hotter up in, like a few degrees hotter.
All right, cool. Thanks for having me to fucking censor more names.
Sorry, I'm just not really thinking straight right now.
When do you ever?
This is true.
Yeah, remember, we now have a counter for you being wrong, Ruby.
I don't know how I was wrong in that part.
Oh, I'm just bringing it up because last week we started a counter, remember? Ding!
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys need to still send me your audio.
Yeah, we should probably do that. I'll send
Been
you
playing
2
too many
audios after
Hellbenders.
this one.
Well, that was all my topics. I had one other thing I could have brought up, but if you guys want to call it early since you're feeling sick, Ruby, we can do that.
I'm. It's up to you guys. I personally haven't been keeping up with anything, just because there isn't much that's really going on, really. Unless you have something, Francisco, because I personally don't.
The only thing that I can really like bring up, and actually saw this today, was the new story trailer for the new Star Wars game.
Oh, actually, that's right. The new Star Wars card game.
No, Star Wars video game.
Oh.
It's called Star Wars Outlaws. You play as a scoundrel, like smuggler kind of person, and it's going to be Star Wars first open world. Well, that's what it's advertised as, but the first open world, quote unquote, is either Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, because you can freely like go to those planets and explore.
I was gonna say I thought those games were considered open worlds.
I would consider Jedi Survivor to be an open world. Jedi Fallen Order is a little different, but Survivor, that's definitely open world. But by all means, go ahead and call Outlast the first open world Star Wars game.
Oh, by all means, come in.
Oh man.
But the story seems to be like, it looks interesting. I'm not gonna buy it until like I hear reviews on it. But
What's,
it's
is it like what's the time frame on that one? Do you know?
So everyone thought that it was gonna be like, well, obviously it's during the Age of the Empire. We just didn't know like when during the Age of the Empire. But looking at the story trailer that just came out, it takes place between episode 4 and 5.
Okay.
No. It takes place between episode 5 and 6, because we actually see Han Solo and Carbonite in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
So it's like late into the Age of the Empire. I thought it was going to be like, after episode 3 but before 4.
That's when a lot of things happen.
Yeah, that's when Rogue One happened. That's when the Solo movie happened. That's when Andor happened. Yeah, it's a lot happens during that time. But now it's confirmed that it's between episode 5 and 6. And you see characters like Jabba the Hutt,
Solo.
Garlock the Destroyer. And you see other characters in there, but I forgot exactly who. I need to rewatch the trailer again. But it's funny because everyone thought that it takes place right after episode 3, because one of the characters that you meet is actually a Separatist commando droid.
Oh,
those like black armored agile battle droids with like the vibroblades?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them is reprogrammed to have like its own consciousness. So he's one of your partners, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is it like a shooter, or?
Yeah, it's an over-the-shoulder shooter, kind of like Uncharted.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and you like drive vehicles, and I think you have like missions where you shoot around in like your ship. There's stealth.
Space battles.
Yeah, there's like stealth missions. There's like stealth takedowns, that kind of stuff. Grenades. We don't exactly have like a definitive like gameplay for it. There was the reveal trailer that like had the gameplay, but you know how like the gameplay can be scripted to make it look like gameplay. So we don't have actual footage yet. But the story seems decent.
God, just give me a Cad Bane game already where it plays like Hitman.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got right now. Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, Ruby, what do you have to say for yourself?
I don't feel good. Yeah, I just really haven't been around listening to any news or seeing kind of what's trending. The only most recent thing I can think of is just Apple getting sued for monopolizing smartphones.
God, thank God.
Yeah.
Monopolizing smartphones?
Yeah. So what that means is that, you know how sometimes when you're messaging someone who has an Apple phone, your phone quality isn't very good, your videos come out shitty, and your text chat is like a different color and it doesn't have like all the features that Apple has, right?
Yeah, I think I know about that.
Yeah. Apple purposefully did that. So that would be like, see, your phone sucks. Android isn't good. Android can't do this and that. Come to Apple. We can do all of these for you. Which isn't true. And Apple was purposefully putting something in their phones to make the quality go bad.
And that's between texting an iPhone user and an Android user, right?
Right. That's just an example of how they were monopolizing it. And other things too that Apple did with their phones to purposely just make it seem like their phone was just better all around, which isn't true.
It's not just the phone either, though. It's pretty much all Apple products. Like, if you have, like, for example, if you try to calibrate a smartwatch to your iPhone, if you don't have an Apple smartwatch, it's like a whole ass fucking process to actually get it to connect.
Oh,
or if
yeah.
they want you to get the Apple one, it'll just automatically connect. Same with, like, headphones and, like, speakers, things like that, right?
AirPods.
Apple products work best with Apple products.
Which
and if you use something else, it either just won't work or it's a hassle to get it to work.
Which honestly, I didn't think too much of it because it was like, well, it makes sense, right? It's the products with each other, kind of thing. But as I read a little bit more into it, it was deliberate that they made it as complicated and as hard to do that kind of stuff.
I've always known since basically the birth of Apple, because all these other smartphones, MP3 players, everything, they all use the universal USBs or the Type Cs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They all had the same USB to charge, but Apple was special and you had to get an Apple charger. That was like
the
where it all
lightning
started.
cable.
Yeah.
Even before that, when they had that long fucking ugly ass thing. Big ass like brick looking charger.
Yeah, it was freaking gross.
Back in the iPod. But the whole thing that started this whole like Apple getting sued though, Ruby, if I remember correctly, it was because Apple was getting sued by Epic because Epic was complaining about them having a monopoly on the like game store.
Yes, that's where it first started. And then with the lawsuit going on and then them doing some more digging into it, there was another lawsuit against Apple for a similar thing but from different companies and more detailed information that you just went through. And it's just like this fucking rabbit hole that was like, well, they knew it was coming if they were doing shit like this on purpose. They had to have known.
Okay, so it's companies suing Apple instead of like individuals suing Apple.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah,
I
because
think
Apple as a company is really scummy just because all their shit is overpriced.
Yes. It's overpriced, and it either runs just as good as a Droid or worse.
Let's see here.
The only thing that Apple has that I'll commend them for is the I forget what it's called exactly. I think it's called the C2 chip, which is a chip that they use for like their processors and like their computers and shit. It's a really fucking good chip. It's probably the best one on the market right now. But that's the only thing I'll give them credit for.
Does it just make their phones faster or something, or more responsive?
No, it's for their computers, and it's basically like a super processor.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I stand corrected. It's not companies. It's the Justice Department suing Apple.
The U.S. Justice Department?
Yeah. So
Jesus.
It's actually worse.
You know it's bad when the government is suing a company.
Yup. I'm pretty sure what happened was Epic sued Apple, and then Epic actually won its court case against Apple. So then people started actually like digging into it and started, picking Apple apart, being like, wait a minute, look at all this other shit they're doing.
So here are some examples where Apple is monopolizing their stuff and making it extremely difficult for other users to try to talk with Apple if they didn't have Apple. So one example is blocking innovative super apps. Apple disrupted the growth of apps with broad functionality that would make it easier for customers to switch between competing smartphone platforms. Suppressing mobile cloud streaming services, Apple would block the development of cloud streaming apps and services that would allow consumers to enjoy high-quality video games and other cloud-based applications without having to pay for expensive smartphone hardware. Excluding cross-platform messaging apps, making the messaging worse, less innovative, and less secure for users so that customers had to keep buying iPhones, which there's, what probably triggered it. Diminishing the functionality of non-Apple smartwatches. Apple would limit the functionality of other smartwatches to be synced with Apple, making it incredibly difficult, or forcing their buyers to buy iWatches. And limiting third-party digital app wallets. Apple was preventing third-party apps from offering tap-to-pay functionality, inhibiting the creation of cross-platform third-party digital wallets, incredibly difficult.
Fuck Apple.
Yeah, they are really fucking over people. And basically scamming people is what it sounds like.
I've been saying this for years and no one believes me.
Let's see.
This actually is kind of like Sony and Nintendo with all their products as well. Like, oh, you have a universal headset? Well, it doesn't work on the Switch. You're going to have to buy a Switch headset. And it's the same shit with PlayStation as well. Oh, you have this universal headset? Oh, doesn't work on PS5. You can't use it. You got to buy the PS5 Elite controller or headset.
Well, there's a difference between it doesn't work, like literally just because the systems don't recognize each other, and the console purposely blocking, not wanting to recognize it and making it harder to use it.
I don't have a PS5, so I can't vouch for that. But I do know for a Switch, all my shit's wired. Like I have wired headphones and stuff, and I know just plugging in any wired headphone will work on a Switch. I don't know about wireless though.
I know that was a huge thing when Nintendo Switch Online first became a thing. It was a discussion about the headset, how if you try using other headsets with a mic, it just won't work.
Oh, to try and talk online?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was just Nintendo being shit at developing online in general, because they fucking came up with the online system. And I remember they came up with a totally separate system specifically for chatting, and it was just poorly made.
And I can personally vouch about my headset not working with PS5 because I tried playing Helldivers with one of my friends, one of my coworkers, and I had everything connected, everything was working. My headset was on, my mic was on, I turned up the sensitivity all the way in my headset and through controller, and I looked it up, and Astros are not compatible with PlayStation 5. So I can hear audio, I just can't talk through my fucking headset. And I couldn't use my controller speaker because I had a headset connected to it. In. So yeah. Even though you have a connected, connected, you can't switch from your headset speakers to your controller speakers. It has to be one or the other. It's fucking dog shit.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Astro.
I had to play Helldivers without my headset on, and I could only hear my coworker talking me through the controller. I didn't hear any in-game audio or anything like that. It sucked.
That sounds horrible. It sounds like you should play on PC and just play through Discord.
Yeah.
Well, it's easier with you guys because I just have Discord open on my phone while I have my wired connection to my PlayStation controller.
Oh, yeah, because this is the guy that he doesn't have a Discord or something.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, he has Discord. We were all chatting the other day, remember?
Yeah, but there was something about him not being able to use Discord?
Oh, the other guy. Yeah, no, he
Oh,
didn't
this
have
is a
Discord.
different guy.
It's a different guy, yeah.
Okay. Too many
But-
guys.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that one guy didn't have Discord, so he was through PlayStation like chat. But we couldn't like communicate with him. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just a complicated thing.
Yeah, Sony's kind of going that way as well. Because I know they were getting into hot water a while back. I don't know what the result of that was, or if they got sued or not. But they were taking a large cut out of developers putting their games on the Sony store. So they were doing something kind of similar to Apple.
Now
That
that
sucks
I
for them.
think about it, there are a lot of like games on the Apple Store that aren't available anywhere else. There's actually a Sonic game out, and I don't even know what kind of game it is because it's on Apple.
God, dude, I used to play the fuck out of Infinity Blade on my mom's iPad. That was the GOAT, dude. That is my all-time favorite mobile game. And it was an Apple-only game.
Maybe it
think I
won't
remember
be
that
anymore. Yeah, maybe it won't be anymore since with everything with Apple, it'll probably be released to just all platforms.
Well, I got taken that down from the store, so it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I see.
I
But
could probably
that's
find like an emulator of it somewhere, though.
yeah, that's true. Well, that's pretty much all that I had. Like I said, haven't really kept up. Just heard about that for a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, fuck you, Apple," and I just kept scrolling.
Yeah, I heard about that, like, last week or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my reaction to it, too. I was like, fuck you.
It's a good thing
Actually,
I don't use Apple.
I think I might have sent you a TikTok or two about that, now that I'm thinking about it.
I think you did.
I know I send those TikToks to all my Apple-using friends and family whenever I see it.
Like our sister.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking bitch.
She was complaining to me about her phone because, like, the charging port's messed up, and so, like, the wire gets, like, it doesn't connect properly sometimes. And I was like, why don't you just get it repaired then? And she was like, that's too much money. And I was like, why don't you just get the phone I have? I have a Google Pixel 5, brand new, and it only cost me $100. And it runs better than your current phone does. And she was like, really? It was only $100? I was like, yes.
Yep.
And she was like, oh, shit. I was
Mine
like,
was
yes.
mine was 200 when I bought it brand new.
Yours is a good phone, too.
Yeah.
Despite that company's history.
Yeah. I guess that's true. But I'm been pretty happy with my phone.
I'm surprised they were even capable of making a good phone. Motorola's are known for being shit.
They're just
Dude, the
dinosaurs
Motorola
that can
Razrs,
tank anything.
Those were the shit back then, though.
Back when having anything look like... Back then when having a phone that didn't look like a phone used to be cool.
Yeah, like a BlackBerry.
The Palm Pre.
The June bug.
razor.
Or the Jitterbug, maybe?
Yeah.
No, I'm rocking the
Sidekick.
I'm rocking the Google Pixel 7, and I bought it when it first came out. I think it was like $700, but that's still like half the price of a new iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
iPhones are too fucking expensive, man. Like, my God.
I got my phone about a year ago. And at the time I got my phone, I was only like 3 generations behind. So it's still a really good phone. And like I said, it was only $100.
Yeah, that's really... It's first of all, it's accessible.
That too. It's so easy. All I did was pop the SIM card out, put it in the new phone, and I'm good to go.
Yep. It's literally that easy.
Let's see, you got the 7, Francisco?
Yeah, Google Pixel 7. I think I got it 1 or 2 years ago. No, I think I got it like 1 year ago because I had to buy a replacement for one of my old phones that the screen no longer worked.
Google Pixel. Let me see. 7, 5G, Android phone unlocked, brand new, $450.
Damn.
Wow, that's for the phone I have right now.
Yeah.
Because I think now they have like the Google Pixel 8.
Oh, is the 8 out now?
Yeah, I think it was out a few months ago. I could be just out of touch. Hold on.
Let me see. Google Pixel 8. Unlocked Android smartphone. Google Pixel 8. $700.
Yep, that's exactly the price that I bought my phone with.
Let's see. What's the newest iPhone right now? Is it the iPhone 15?
I am not sure. I don't keep up with that shit.
New iPhone 15. Okay, let me see how much this costs. iPhone 15. $1,000.
For the newest one?
Wait, Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max 256 renewed $1,000.
Oh, renewed.
Oh my.
Renewed for
Yikes.
$1,000? Jesus Christ, dude.
Fuck that.
Wait, how much does a new one cost? These are all renewed, and these are all within like 1,800 range.
Oh, that they all sold out then?
Oh wait, I found a new one. 1429.
No.
Literally double the Pixel 8.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, Apple.
You get what's coming to you.
Hope y'all boys get bankrupt.
But release the technology on that C chip though, because that'd be really useful. Well, you guys ready to call it there? We actually almost hit the 2-hour mark.
Did we really?
Yeah, I'm pretty much set up for it.
Yeah, almost. We're at 138 right now. I
Yeah.
did have one thing I can bring up if you guys want.
What's it about?
I just thought of this question a couple days ago, and I wanted to know if you guys had an answer. Basically, what it is if you could hypothetically, if you were given infinite money and you could bring back a gaming studio that closed for them to make another game, what gaming studio would it be? For me, it would have been Visceral Games. They're the ones that made the Dead Space games, as well as Dante's Inferno.
I feel like you've asked this question before, and I remember my answer being Pandemic. They're the people that did the Battlefront games and a bunch of Star Wars games that came out in the 2000s.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And if it's not that, I would have chosen... What's one that I had in my... Rare. I'd bring back Rare.
Rare. Isn't Rare still around, though?
Technically, no. I think Rare was, like, bought out, and I think it closed down, honestly. Let me check.
What about you, Ruby? Do you have any game companies you bring back?
No, not really, honestly. A lot of them are the ones that I just play right now.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of gaming studios that have shut down that I genuinely miss. But definitely do miss Visceral Games, because they made some fucking bangers.
Hold on, Rare did Sea of Thieves?
They did?
Yeah.
That's what it says on here.
Huh.
List of
Sea of
video
Thieves came out like
games.
in Sea of Thieves came out like in 2018?
Yeah, it did. Oh, damn, Rare is still making games.
Oh, Rare, they made that new Battletoads game that we played, Ruby.
Ooh, that's a fun game.
Of course they did. Why didn't I think about that?
Killer Instinct? What the fuck? Rare's still pumping out games. I thought their last game was Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh no.
No, 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 no.
Killer Instinct is one of like the popular ones that people play.
According to Wikipedia, they actually are in the middle of making another game that has not yet been, like announced or like the release or anything. It's called Everwild.
Oh, it's gonna be a cel-shaded art style in the wilderness, kind of like Borderlands.
Huh. Rare made Connect Sports.
Good on them. They also made Amazing Spider-Man for the Game Boy.
Well, Rare is still around.
Star Fox Adventures, good for them, I guess.
Oh, that's a great game.
No, it's not. If I could put one of two quotes on my grave, the first one being Star Fox 64 is the greatest game, or the greatest Star Fox game, or I could put Star Fox Adventure is not the best game. Star Fox game. I would go with that one.
I would say Star Fox Adventures is the best Zelda clone I've ever played.
Is it really, though? I'm pretty sure there's better Zelda clones out there.
I actually don't know if I've played any other Zelda clones, if I'm being real.
I played Tunic and that was really fun.
I guess Tunic does play more like the older Zelda games.
I guess. I don't know if I call it a Zelda clone. It's definitely different enough to be like its own thing, but it is similar enough as well, I guess.
Yeah, because it has the puzzles, it has the open map. Of course, even the character has a lot of similarities with Link. And you can get weapons to, upgrade, you level up. I think there's enough similarity to call it that.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is a Zelda clone.
Because then you still have to find the keys. You have to figure out where they unlock. There's bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now that I remember more of the game, it's definitely a Zelda clone. Yeah, you're right.
It's so fun. Like, I know you haven't played it, Junior, but I highly recommend you do.
Well,
and same with you, Francisco.
I just haven't beaten it.
But that's what, well, I guess to like finish it, right? And for you, Francisco, like if you ever want to do something totally different just for your stream, it's short enough that you could probably do it, in like maybe like in 2 weeks because you stream like every other day or so.
Yeah.
You don't have to do everything like I was doing because I wanted to get everything. It's a really beautiful game. The soundtrack, I think you'll love. And it's a really fun game.
It's also hard.
It's like a pre-Souls game.
It's like Dark Souls.
That's actually how I described it to Ruby. It's Zelda and Dark Souls.
It's really, really fun.
I'm actually looking up Visceral Game Studios on Wikipedia. They were working on a Star Wars game before they got shut down.
They were?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
It didn't even have an official title. It was called Project Ragtag. Ragtag was a code name for an untitled third-person action-adventure game set within the Star Wars universe. It had been under development by Visceral Games around 2013 to be published by EA before its cancellation in 2017.
Oh my god.
The project was led by the creator of the Uncharted series, Amy Hennig. It was to be a linear game about a large-scale heist taking place in the wake of events of Episode 4, The New Hope. Motive Studios and EA Vancouver had assisted the game's development. Visceral Games was shut down by EA on October 17, 2017, and the game's development was rebooted by EA Vancouver to become an open-world title. Despite this, the project was reportedly cancelled.
If Visceral Games made a Star Wars game, that probably would have been the best Star Wars game ever made.
Looking at this, probably,
and it was being led by the creator of Uncharted.
Amy Hennig, the writer for the first 3 Uncharted games from Naughty Dog, was brought into EA for Visceral as creative lead and to help write the story for Yuma, which was something in the game.
Okay, if she was just going to be in charge of the story, then it's whatever. The Uncharted stories are nothing crazy. But, man, I don't think I've played a Visceral game that I didn't think was at least like an 8 out of 10.
A Star Wars game that plays like Dead Space? That would be pretty sick. Because
A
Dead
Star Wars
Space...
game that plays like Dante's Inferno?
Okay, I was thinking something completely different here.
I mean, they're both great, honestly.
Yeah. Either or, we'll take it.
Oh my god. The potential. Such wasted potential.
Holy shit, I'm also reading on here they have a canceled game called Dante's Purgatory.
Yeah, at the end of Dante's Inferno, they actually says, like, to be continued.
Damn.
Yeah, because the Dante Inferno story, like the real story, like written by that dude, it doesn't end in hell. Like his story continues into purgatory.
Okay. That would have been cool to see.
God, I love that game. I want to play that game again.
I think that about wraps it up, right? Unless we got any more last minute questions or topics.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Nice. Well, then I guess that's it. I guess it wasn't short. It was like our normal time frame.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's funny how things work out like that.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining the Mighty Beans podcast. We got, Dark Gaia, Jedi Smackdown, myself, Akami Hikaru. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Buenos nachos.